I did swap, talk shop. 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 Now I did swap, talk shop. I did swap, talk shop. I did swap, talk shop. I did swap, talk shop.
Artist swap, talk shop with Lil G and Duke.
And welcome back. This is Artist Swap Talk Shop. This is Lil G, and my boy on the other line is Duke. If you guys don't remember, 'cause we are one of those shows now that is sporadic with our fucking recording.
Yep.
but
Every blue moon now, right?
yeah, but you know what? Let's let the people, dude. We are very busy people, and like we said in the beginning, we do this because we just like talking about it.
I'm gonna
And
keep it real. I'm not.
huh?
I said I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not
You're not what?
busy.
Oh, you're just tired all the time then.
I'm just keeping it real.
Hey, if you got stuff, I got. Oh, well, I mean, I know I got a lot of stuff. I'm
Oh
sorry
yeah.
if I was trying to speak on your behalf. I did not mean
No,
that.
I know. I was just talking shit.
Uh, but with the kid and everything, and trying to get other ideas put up and out, which obviously that's a whole different beast altogether. So, back to what we do and having fun and just being us. We've had still getting a lot of listens though, and that's good. So thank you for all the like new listeners that are catching up on the show and catching up to where we're at right now, which is
Right.
episode 8, right? Season two, season two, episode 2, and
Okay.
total 8 though.
Yeah, it should be around that 7 or 8.
Because me and Duke said, fuck it, we scratching that first fucking season. Well, not scratching it, but we're ending the first season and then we're just going to start a new season because it's been so long. My kid was born, shit happened, fucking everything outside in the music industry there's a lot going on, by the way. I listen to a lot of different stuff and I pay attention to a lot of different parts of the industry. Right now, I have been really, really focusing on just what we do and in that area of what we do, and just keeping that just dude. There's new guys coming out, and then there's gonna be Ritz is dropping an album, Tech 9 is dropping an album, Yellow Wolf just made another album with somebody. So there's a lot coming out of like Strange Land and South.
Hmm. Yeah, you definitely keep up with it more than I do. I just, a lot of times I just listen to the
You
people
know,
that I grew up with. A
and
lot
that
of the '90s stuff.
yeah, and and I think that's like why we started the show in the first place. Is just because like there's newer artists. And now don't get me wrong, I do have a limit where I stop too. Because I was
Oh yeah.
listen, I was into it a little bit later in life, but I still can't listen to a lot of these newer kids that come out, man. I can't relate, and I like you're saying, Duke, when you say it, because you say it, and you're right when you say this. Our music and the guys that we listen to, that's grown man rap. Like that's grown man shit. Like that ain't no,
That's it.
you
Like they
know,
got like they got contemporary jazz and R&B.
yeah.
They don't have to come out with like one of those contemporary hip hop categories.
And I think that's awesome that like we see that shit, you know. But
Yeah, well, yeah. People that's grown and 30 and up, they need something different to listen to. So.
they do, and it's always it passes down generation to generation. Because I remember when I was growing up, my dad always being like, "I can't stand your music," you know. And then it was like, man, why? It's just so good, and then it's like, now I'm saying
Turn
it.
that.
Now I'm saying it.
They were telling us to turn that noise down.
Yeah, and the karma, of it is coming back. But I'm okay with it because I'm also in love with the fact that my daughter is very into like a lot of the artists that I listen to. She could just tell you right away, like if who daddy's listening to in the car. You know, it's
So do
instant.
you edit? So if she listening to it with you, do you kind of edit it or
No,
turn it
she
down
gets
later?
a she gets a she get and I don't know if it's gonna make me a bad parent or not, but she gets the real thing, man. You know, I'm not censoring shit. I don't censor my speak at home. She hears
Okay.
it and she knows that she is not supposed to talk like that at school and shit. You know, I don't need to
Hmm.
get a call from a teacher saying my daughter stood up and said "fuck you,"
Right.
but she's very smart in that area because we've been telling her that, man. Like me and my wife, man. My wife's like a fucking trucker out there. You know, she's
What about like movies and stuff? Y'all censor that or no?
yeah, oh yes, that is censored. That's visual and stuff like that. It, to me, is different than language. You know.
You think it's different?
Yeah, like for her to be watching an X-rated like video, yeah, I think that'd be very inappropriate. But for her to be listening to someone say, you know, fuck you, and then have a normal conversation and then say shit or fuck, I don't think that's abnormal.
Okay.
You know, I don't think so at least. And but once again, I'm not a professional. I'm just trying to take it day by day.
That's it. That's it.
And
Yeah,
she,
that's a heavy topic right there because yeah, you have a lot of pushback on that if you using a room full of probably women.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
get a lot of pushback on that.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why it kind of staying like everybody has their style of raising a kid, man. And you know, you can sit there and tell
Hmm.
somebody till you're blue in the face of how to raise a kid, but they're gonna do it their way because they feel their way is the best, you know, and that's their God given right.
That's right.
I mean, I'm not saying it's right to fucking beat the shit out of your kid or fucking all that kind of shit, you know,
But no,
but
that's a whole different
yeah,
topic
that's a
right
whole
there.
different beast. But as to how a lot of our parents did a great job with us, I figure that you know it's try to be better than them a little bit. Even though if you got a good life, not a good life, however you were raised, you want to strive to be a little bit better and give your kids a little bit more. I would think.
Hmm.
You know, and you go on and to try and to do that and make it a little bit better for them. You know, and give them the things that maybe you didn't have when you were a kid.
But they always say nobody wrote a book. So
And that is true. Nobody did. Nobody did, and I don't think anybody will. Because, like, it's again, who are you to tell somebody how to
no,
raise their kid?
no. You guys scholars have tried, but it's something you have to do hands on and deal with every day. You can't write a book on that. So
Yeah. No, you can't, man. You can't, and you can't be, and you can't be one of those people either, where like you feel like you got to butt in, like like you shouldn't be doing that.
hmm.
You ever get one of those people?
To do what?
Like I don't know if you were ever like in a store one time and like maybe your kid started acting up and you had to like say, "Hey, calm the fuck down."
Nah, never, never,
Never. Okay.
uh-uh, never.
My wife had one of those people, and she was not happy about it.
Mm-mm.
And
You spell it.
with all rights, she shouldn't. She should be like feeling like that, I guess, because the way he came out of nowhere, I was
That's,
like,
that's actually one thing you don't do is get in somebody else's business. You can't tell nobody else what to do.
yeah. And this lady took it, man. She went for the money shot. And my wife was
Actual fist fight.
like, wow, it was no, she didn't like attack my wife. But
Oh,
like
okay.
she did go visual with it and she did go like, you know, hey, she's telling my wife to try to get my kid to calm down because this is when my daughter was like fucking 2. You know,
Okay.
she wanted I don't know, she wanted some fucking cupcakes or something off the goddamn shelf. And my wife's like, "No, we don't got fucking money for that." So she was like, it comes over there because my daughter's acting all goofy, to tell my wife to tell the kid to calm down. My wife like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you?
That's about the right reaction that most people would have.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Hmm.
you can't just step into somebody like that. I mean, unless you're feeling fucking froggy, I guess. And then you're saying jump.
That's right. That's right.
Um,
But back, yeah, but back to the music. You said you had started making beats. You let them know that you was
oh
making beats, and you
yes,
start
yes.
putting it out there.
We are getting another a little open area on the website, not just for our show. Do have beats that we're gonna be putting up. And people, you guys get samples up there. You guys go up there. You can take a listen. I know for a fact that there's a lot of shit out there, and everybody could basically do this now at their house because we talked about this.
That's not
Um,
true though.
but it, but
Everybody can't do it. Everybody
eh,
can't do it.
but there's certain
They,
styles, right? Certain styles, maybe. Duke, you think? I mean, I know that my shit rattles, and I know that it's clean rattle, and I know that a lot of people like what they hear, and if
right.
I can help an artist uh, get something done because maybe they don't have time to make a beat or get the beat or get beat somebody to make the beat. I'll come by mine. And we'll talk out a contract on that. They buy it up front, maybe fucking, talk other business too. I don't know,
Yep.
But
Yep.
it's up there. It's up there now, and I just got the alert from the Google end of it that it could be searched in the actual bar now, like fully
So how
without.
you doing it? How you doing it? You putting like snippets of a whole lot of them up there. You gonna put like one or two up there a week. How you gonna do it?
I'm gonna start. I like your idea of what you said earlier to me off air. I'm gonna put samples up of just all the stuff I have, and
Okay.
the beats speak for themselves. And
Hmm.
they could listen to it, go from there, and we can see where we're at. I'm excited for it though because I think that people are gonna like what they hear because I do always little tastes and I always do little samples for people sometimes here and there, and a lot of people and even yourself, you've heard a couple of my beats and they're not bad.
Hmm.
And they rattle,
Yeah.
man. They rattle that fucking. I think some people call it like trunk music. I think where that rattling comes in a lot. So it's made for cruising, made for in your car, made for your system to show how badass your system is.
They call it rattling.
Well, no. It's trunk music.
Oh, Trump. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm labeling my shit as a rattler, cause that
yeah. Yeah,
shit,
that's
dude, that fucking when that bass hits, man, it rattles, and I put it on a professional system in my friend's car, and that shit sounded amazing.
okay.
So yeah, people, when you guys get a chance, man, go ahead, check it out, and it's gonna be up and ready, and we're gonna be adding stuff slowly. It's not gonna be like launched, like oh my god, all of a sudden there's 30,000 fucking beats on there. But it is gonna be launched slowly, and it will take a little time to get everything down, because I'm talking about beats over the last 12 years.
Okay, that's how long you've been doing it.
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, you got a heavy file then that you can put out there.
I got it all backed up and have had it backed up for years. Just because I never, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do yet with it, and I don't have time, man. I don't have time to be what I would like to be. I mean, unless I start getting this shit done. You know what I mean? Unless I can start bringing in a good amount of money selling beats, then maybe I can step back and just focus on music.
Hmm.
And a lot of artists say it. A lot of artists talk about it when they talk about their get up, their story.
But they got to put it out there.
You got to put it out there, and you got to be willing to go for broke. I mean, you got to be willing to say like, This is it.
Yeah, yeah. But
This
you rhyming over some of them beats, right?
Yeah, I do, and I have been working on that. I'm not sure exactly how far I want to go. I have a style, and I have that. Man, we talk about that all the time. Like a good rapper has to have good storytelling. You gotta have the stuff to bring them in. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm there in some senses, and I'm not there in some senses. But that's because to me, it's not a life career decision. And I admit that. I know that. Mm.
Yeah, you got to do what works for you. You
And
know what
but
I
I
mean?
am I am, and I will say this: I am very good at making beats. I may have, I may be able to make them, and I store them to the side because when I fucking start to write, I get blocked up, and then I want to do another idea, and then I make another beat, and then I try to start writing to that one, and I want to make another beat.
Okay.
So I guess I have an issue of committing to one track, or I just don't got the time, man.
Yeah, but if you've been doing it for 12 years, they should have piled up by now.
Oh yeah, the beats are piled up. Beats are piled up. Beats are piled up, ready to go. So, they have been for a very, very long time. Um, I had a friend that was back in the day. We were starting to get a lot of shit done, and then he passed away. And I just can't. I get to that moment where I start thinking about all the times that we spent. Like, and I try
Hmm.
to use it, but I'm more of a heart on my sleeve type dude, and I start thinking about all my fallen boys and everybody that are gone, and that shit hits me differently.
Okay.
I'll talk about it
So
in
you
sometimes, but more or less when I'm talking about it, I'm doing the metal because I'm able to like scream and let the aggression out.
hmm
And I don't know how to do that, like, because if I'm getting mad when I'm rapping, I don't know how to use it. You know what I mean? I guess you ever watch you're the one that introduced me to it. You listen to fucking God damn it, what's the show called you listen to on podcast? Um
oh drink champ.
yes, Drink Champs. They talk about with all these different artists, like, man, there's so many different
Everything.
styles of writers out there. Like, you have to have a style that you're comfortable with, or know that you're good at it, or
Well,
writing.
nobody's story is the same. So
Yeah,
that's right there is what makes you unique.
nobody's story is the same, and you're right, and that does make it unique in the sense of that. But if you can't get into somebody else's shoes, which I think a couple of shows now I've watched of that. I've seen Ludacris talk about this. I've seen Yellow Wolf talk about this.
About
On
what?
that sometimes you have to get, like, if you're gonna do a feature on somebody's track and they want their song to be a certain way, you gotta step into their shoes. And if you can't step into their shoes, it's gonna be hard for you to write.
Okay.
You gotta find a way to step into that. It's just like acting, right? You gotta, like actor has to be a good role. You have to step into that role. You have to step into it and know that this is what you're gonna do. You gotta be mad, or you gotta be, you gotta feel sad, or whatever. They want to see that raw emotion.
Yeah, like you said, it all depends on where you're going.
Where you're going with it, and what you're trying to do with it. And I'm like I said, thank you for bringing that up, Duke. He's right though, people. It is coming up. It is going to be up. So just give me a little bit of time, I guess, and we'll get that going.
Oh yeah,
Also, I think I'm going to post a little commercial I shot
about the
about
what the music.
the beats. Did I get to show it to you yet? Because I think I was looking for it, and then we got off track. I showed it to you earlier, right? With the
You know,
SpongeBob shirt
the
on.
main. the main thing is you gotta let people hear it.
And
Maybe
they can. It's up there. Look, you could go to it, and when you click on it, it's gonna shoot a thing to me saying, "Hey, they want to check it out," and then I'll approve it. They can listen. It's like a 55-second clip of that beat, and they can listen to it. Definitely, they can hear it.
yes.
So all they got to do is go to the web page right now, and I'm working on the website. So the website will be launched because the web page is where you get through Google.
And what you need and what you can do too is if you know somebody that's rapping or trying to get down, you can have them, you know, spit some over your music and then just put that on there too and see how if it can sound good.
Absolutely, absolutely, and dude. I mean, if they need somebody to actually engineer and produce and mix and all that, I could do that for them.
Yeah, you told me your boy was helping you out. He make music or he rap?
I have a buddy. I got two buddies. That one he does rap and he does make beats. I got a lot of.
There you go, then.
They
You already got it
are
set up.
they are already committed to uh like basically they already got their studio.
Yeah, but that
At their studio. Um,
ain't got nothing to do with them just rhyming a half a song or 8 bars or something over your music and you putting it out. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, you're right on that. They don't have they shouldn't have
You
any
ain't trying to
problem.
you ain't trying to sign them.
No, I'm not. I just need them to come in. I mean, for you're talking about that, I've already done that. like
Well,
like
that's the thing
having
you need to be.
like having buddies like try them out and tell me what they think about the beats and shit. Yeah, I've already done all that. They rap to them all the time. It's just do we sit here and record? No, because I gotta go fucking. That's what I'm saying. The time is where it comes in all the time because
Right,
that's what I'm trying to sell them. Like if I sell them,
right.
and you could do it on your own time and do whatever you need to do on your own time because I don't have a lot of time to work with the recording part. I can do it, but we're gonna have to talk different pricing.
No, I feel you on that. That's studio time, right?
Yeah, studios. And if you're good at something, you know, don't do it for free.
Speaking of beats, I listened to Contraband. Now,
Yeah.
actually, I found the wrong group at first because both groups are spelled the same. They got a group called Contraband that's out in I guess Germany or overseas somewhere, and
yeah,
they was rapping in
you were telling me
they
that.
they was rapping in another language. I was like, I don't think this is the right group, but I found
Yes, it was.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But you know what? I don't know about the German ones. Like I don't know about those guys. You're the one who told
About
me
oh
about
well,
them.
not well. I found it was like 4 guys. They was from even the words and stuff was written in another language. So I
Yeah,
figured that wasn't the right.
no, that was not
I
the
figured
right
that wasn't the
one.
right one.
And the other guys is Stevie Stone and JL.
Hmm.
And
I
JL,
listened to it. It was straight. I liked it. They was on that rapping.
it was that dude.
It was,
It was a banging. They have and then they got the music was coming out of strange. So the beats are really really
but this
good.
is what I heard is new. I don't think they have strange music no more. What I heard is something recent. Because when I looked
Uh,
at it, it say strange music on
oh, okay. Then
it.
they must
It
be
says
on their
something.
own.
Yeah, but it was weird because you rarely hear groups nowadays. So to hear people going back and forth, they actually they was on there spitting and rhyming. They sounded pretty good.
Yeah,
I had never heard them.
I like them. Now that's them just doing that shit like together, as like a duo, and then like they had
But
their own stuff too, just by themselves. Like that, the artist to you, because you started it with the grouping, you brought it, and so we continued on with it.
yeah, well, it's it can be group, solo artists.
The artist to you, because you started it with the grouping, you brought it, and so we continued on with it.
Yeah, well, it's it can be group, solo artists. Yeah, well, it's it can be group, solo artists, duo, however you want to call it.
Yep, there's no rules. Rules are out the window. This is Artist Swap Talk Shop, and what we do here is we talk shop, and then we swap some artists, and we fucking listen, come back. Then we talk about some more shop, and then we talk about what artists we thought we liked. And Artist Swap Talk Shop, and what we do here is we talk shop, and then we swap some artists, and we fucking listen, come back. Then we talk about some more shop, and then we talk about what artists we thought we liked, and what we and then we swap some artists, and we fucking listen, come back. Then we talk about some more shop, and then we talk about Duke. I thank you for being on it, man, and Duke. I thank you for being patient, man.
So we all good.
Because, like you said, man, we don't do this to get paid. We just do it, on it, man. And Duke, I thank you for being patient, man.
So we all good.
Because, like you said, man, we don't do this to get paid. We just do it, for being patient, man.
So we all good.
Because, like you said, man, we don't do this to get paid. We just do it, And one day, maybe, right? One day, maybe fucking we get some kind of whatever. But until then, we're gonna keep doing our jobs, and we're just gonna keep fucking having fun on the side.
That's it. That's it.
Now, do
So
you do
yeah,
you?
they
Oh, go ahead. I'm
you
sorry.
didn't talk. I was just saying, the group contraband. It was the. I think you had Silk the Shocker.
Yeah, and man, that dude is fucking good, bro. Shit, that was that. I mean, come on, man. And I don't think there's ever gonna be an episode where the artist you give me is fucking. I don't think I'm ever gonna be disappointed because I'm always listening to new artists. So I loved it. His writing is really good. Then the music was really good. Everything was good. I loved it.
What you think about the style? The stuttering, the hesitating, the offbeat rhyme.
I liked it, man. I think his style is unique.
But actually, a lot of what he was doing then, that's what they doing now.
Yeah, but that's influencing, right? I mean, he started something that people are starting to say, "Hey, let's influence," If people are influenced by somebody, that's a fucking good artist. I mean, it doesn't matter. And I know that there's other artists out there that people listen to and they get influenced by that maybe I don't like or you don't like. But if they're hitting somebody, they're doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
Because to them, that
What
is
you,
their job, right? You got to get fans. You can't make music and not fucking have fans because you ain't gonna go nowhere.
so okay, so what you think about his voice and his rhymes?
Like how smooth it is, or like that he's like there's no fucking mistakes whatsoever, or what?
Just the way I was just saying, just the way he sounds.
His sound is like I said, it's unique. I like it. I think his voice is it's unique, man. Like there's not that separates him from other artists.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
like
he
but
and
he
he
don't sound like the typical down south rapper though.
No, he doesn't. And that's because he probably was like, everybody's doing it. I have to be different. You got to be different, man. You got to. That's the thing, man. Now, and especially
Yeah,
nowadays too. And
he definitely don't sound like the typical down south rapper.
well, how far down south? Or are we going like 3-6 Mafia, or are we going all the way down south to like
He is all the
Georgia?
way down there. He's from New Orleans, so he all the way down there.
So yeah, okay. So
Yeah,
he's
he's
in New
from New
Orleans.
Orleans. Yeah,
Let me ask
yeah.
you this: is he anywhere near like where like Wheezy was, or with his groups? Like, do they all clash at some point?
He's with No Limit. No Limit.
Okay.
That's the P. That's his little brother.
Yes, what you were saying when you introduced him. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, and then I mean personally, New Orleans is a that's another down south fucking style I like. I mean, that's a Lil
Like,
Wayne.
yeah,
That's Lil Wayne,
Lil,
and Lil
Lil
Wayne is
Wayne,
yeah, dude. I mean,
Lil Wayne.
I'm definitely a fan. I think even if you listen to his older shit, like
Mm-hmm.
before the Wheeziness came out, um, his style is still it's still there. And he just gets. I never really noticed this until like I just listened to like an older CD like 2 days ago of
Which
him.
one?
Dude, it's probably like one of his first ones. I'll pull it up for you. It's just
Probably.
it's him standing there, and like he's got a bandana on, and he looks young as fuck. He looks like he's 19, and it says,
I think it was 500 degrees.
yeah, yeah, dude, it was fucking good, dude. But his style is different. It's different on that because he's young, dude. He's young. He looks like he's fucking it. He looks like he's 16, bro. It was a long time ago. You could tell that, you know.
He probably was. He probably was.
But his hit the like the way he is now and the way he was then, it's still the same except the wheeziness in his voice is different. And I don't know if that's because he smokes a lot or what.
Just older. Yeah.
Um, but my favorite CD from him is Three, and then I love that fucking album,
Which one?
Carter Three.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I love that album, dude. I could put that album on, listen to the whole fucking thing, and then hit play again.
Rewind.
Rewind, hit it like yeah, back in the 1990s. That's what we had to do, or flip it, or flip the tape. Oh shit, side
Yeah.
A's done. Flip that motherfucker.
I ain't lying. Take it out and flip it over. I hope it didn't. Hope the tape didn't pop.
So let me ask you this: we talked about our artists. Are you ready to do a little swap? Or are you ready to introduce who you're bringing to it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, you want my artist first, or you want to give me your artist first?
No, go ahead.
All right, man. I got a guy for you that his style is it's. Have you ever heard of X Rated?
Say that again.
X Rated. You ever heard of him?
Oh, that name sounds familiar.
Sound
The
familiar,
name sounds.
but you never
Yeah,
really listened.
I can't picture his face. The name sounds familiar
All
though.
right. Well, I don't think you've listened to his music because you would know. You know. So I'm giving you X Rated. That's the artist that I'm bringing to the table. That's the artist that I would like you to listen to, and I think you're gonna like him. So.
All right, you got to tell me where he's from.
He is from out west. Yeah, he is
X
actually
rated. Oh, that name sounds familiar.
he's from California. He's from West. But he does not. Just like you were talking about how Silk's not his style is not the same as usual South style.
Mm-hmm.
Same with X Rated. His style is his style, and he branched off of that gangster type rap from the West. You know.
X rated. When I hear that name, how long?
He's done futures, man. He's done a lot of shit with people, dude, and he's got his own stuff. And
How long has he been around?
dude, he's been around for a long time. Actually, this is
90s.
actually this is actually an artist that he's actually been there from the beginning. He's just not like I don't know. He's not that the guy that
I
everybody
don't
knows.
know. I don't know where I heard that name, but I know I heard that name before. God damn, I
Well,
can't think of it.
you could give him a listen, and you tell me what you think of him as a solo artist, Dan. Because I mean, you might have heard him
But you,
future.
well,
He's got a new song that just came out, and they're posting it like everywhere. Maybe you've seen that. It's called Queen of Hearts or
wait a
King of
minute.
Hearts or something.
You said he had solo. He wasn't. You said he is a solo artist, so he was in a group.
He is a solo artist. He's done a lot of features on a lot of people's shit. Like he's done a lot of work with a lot of people.
Okay, okay. And he from the West Coast.
Yep, West Side.
Okay.
Yep, X rated. That's X slash You know, got a little line in it, and they're rated like the movie, R-rated.
Okay. All
So
right. I'm gonna.
that's your
All right.
artist, my friend.
All right. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay down south. Mine is gonna be Bubba Sparks.
Bubba Sparks. Okay.
Yep.
I've heard of
You
the
ever heard of
name.
him?
I've heard of the name. I've never really dove into his music.
You might have heard the song too. He had a big song with Timberland back in the early 2000s. I can't
Okay.
think of the name of the song, but
Is
Bubba
it is it
Sparks.
is it the
It's
one where I'm
I can't think
bringing
of the name of the
sexy
song.
back? Yeah.
I think the name of the song is called Ugly.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah,
Uh,
Bubba Sparks. I'm gonna stay down south. I think he's from down south. Yeah, I
okay.
think he's from.
I
I don't know.
accept.
But yeah,
I did hear like you,
yeah,
like how you've obviously heard the name X-rated because I know it. I know when you
yeah.
go, I know when
I
you
heard
know
the
you've heard
name.
of something. So I just how
Uh,
you have with X-rated, Bubba Sparks. I have heard
yeah,
of him. I just never
yeah.
really took the time to listen to him.
No, I'll check it out. Like I said, I know I heard the name. I just can't
So
get the
I'm
face. So
excited now because now you know now it's my time. Now it's my time to actually like dive into Bubba Sparks because I like I said I've had some boys you tell me like dude you gotta check them out. So I just never really
yeah,
did. So this will be the first time that I'll actually dive into it.
that's right.
So I think I
That'll
th-
work.
I think I'm ready, man. I think we are. I think we are gonna do our next episode. We are back on, and I know I say this shit all the time, but all this stuff is done on my end. And Duke, I know you don't have a lot going on, but I know you're a hard worker, bro, and you're tired, man. And
Oh no, I'm all good. I'm
you
all
know,
good.
so times come where it's a man, you know. But we
Yep.
good and we ready. And thank you, people, once again for tuning in, listening.
And what we gonna start doing is when we do these artist swaps,
Uh huh.
like evaluating and try to maybe evaluating and start breaking them down into categories instead of just saying we like them or they nice. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Give people a little more about them.
Yeah, I'm in on that. I'm in. I'm in. I like it. Let's fucking change. Because you know why? There's no rules here, people. We can fucking switch it up any way we want.
Hmm.
Because that's
That's
what we
right.
do.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
I want you to explain yourself a little bit more, though. Like,
No, we gonna come up with some ideas.
oh,
We'll talk about
off
it
air,
next
off air. We're
next
not
time.
gonna do
Yeah.
that right now. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I was just saying we gonna dive a little deeper into them. That's all.
We're gonna do a little bit more deep dive in a different little platform. I like it. Well, then, with that being said, my friend, I think we are gonna take this episode out, and we are gonna go to next week, and when we bring back our artist that we just swapped, my man Duke gave me Bubba Sparks. I'm ready to dive into that. I gave you X-rated. Yeah, I know
Oh,
you're.
I can't think of why I heard this do that. I'm still
I know this is
I'm
gonna
still
bother you
tripping
all
on that.
night. I know it's
Yeah.
gonna bother you all night. So I'll talk to
Yeah.
you tomorrow about that shit. But for everybody else who tunes in and listens, and all the new followers that I'm seeing the numbers starting to climb again, thank you, thank you, thank you, and keep listening. And we will. I'm sorry we're so flaky, but we will keep recording. Maybe it's just like one of those shows. It's a surprise. Oh shit, it's back on, and then you know. Anyways, this is
You
Artist
already
Swap.
you already know.
You already know this is Artist Swap Talk Shop, and I'm a little G. That's my boy Duke, and we are out.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.